Hey Washington Fish Questers, Blake here. Well, I'm doing the Disneyland thing with Russell and my wife Vanessa, California vacation, not fishing this week. However, I did tell you I was going to post weekly this year, so the show must go on. So here is a little, I don't want to call it cutting room 4th leader because it was actually pretty good. But this is Russell when he was only 4, he's 8 now, and I going to Steamboat Island in search of native Littleneck clams. And we didn't slay like I had hoped, but we had a great day. So go ahead, it is time for a Washington Shellfish Quest. This episode, native Littleneck clam. Yeah, that's a lot better, huh?
Dad.
Yep.
It's like we're hiking.
It is. We are hiking, yeah.
There.
Oh. All right, go ahead.
That's because that's the way of with the water.
Oh, yeah. So you scared of those steps, bud?
No.
What? Whoops.
That's okay.
Good job, bud.
Look. Dad, look. They got this tiny bridge.
Oh, yeah.
But I sure want this.
Oh, yeah. That's moss. That's great you like that.
Now both of the ways are going to lead us there. You take the safe way, I take the highway.
All right.
The highway's faster.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that way so big. I'll say go on down.
Hey Washington Shellfish Questers, Blake here. I am here on beautiful Steamboat Island. You know, since I've gotten back into more regularly doing the show, I seem to be finding time for it now that my son's a little older. I went, and I don't care too much about like the numbers and the analytics. I care about the quality of the fans. And since Washington Fish Quest and Shellfish Quest have the best fans in the world, you know, the numbers don't really matter so much just because the quality is so high. But at any rate, I did look to see which of my videos had the most views. You know, you'd think it'd be like salmon or gooey duck or lingcod or something like that. However, that's not the case. It's actually Manila clams. Now, I'm sure that's because Washingtonians love clams so much, steamer clams, and not because Manila clams confuse people that are watching from the Philippines into thinking I'm talking about either a clam in the Philippines or some kind of clam that's been brought from the Philippines. I don't get confused comments on that video all the time at all. So at any rate though, my son Russell hasn't ever been on the show because I always figured he was too young to condone so. I didn't want to have him on the show and then have him, you know, get old enough and go, why am I on this show? But he's 4 now, and that Manila clam video was taken 5 years ago almost to the day. What a different day it was then. It was super sunny out and great, and Russell was still in his mommy. But now he's out. As you can see, he's 4 and old enough to say he wants to be on a YouTube video, I guess. So we're gonna get some native Littleneck clams today. They're very similar to the Manila clams. When I dig some up, I'll show you some of the differences. I actually kind of prefer them to the Manilas, but a lot of people prefer the Manilas more. I'll talk about that a bit when I dig them up. Or when we dig them up. Hey, what's that, bud? Oh, you found 2. What are those?
Sand dollars.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy. You love sand dollars.
Just come in the bag.
Yeah. All right, Russell's collecting sand dollars.
And I'm almost finished.
Good job, bud. And he knows not to get the purple ones because they're still alive. It's these white or kind of tan ones that are the skeletons.
Yeah,
Yep.
What's that?
But. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a cooler off, bud.
Can we keep it?
Sure.
Okay.
Show it to me, bud. There we go. Nice job, bud. Big old native Littleneck clam. Good job, buddy. Oh, what you got there, bud?
Clam.
Good job. That's what we're looking for. Great job, buddy.
Clam.
This is just our native Littleneck. Here's the Latin name, but I don't speak no Latin, so there you go. So I'm just going to call it the native Littleneck clam. That's what they're basically known as since Manila has cornered the market. Unlike in Manila, their ridges, they're a little more ridged. Then they have these ridges cutting across their other ridges, so even at the kind of edges of the shell, there's still a lot of ridge. A couple reasons that Manilas became more sort of harvested, commercially at least, than these guys, and recreationally. The Manilas grow faster, they're a bit meatier of a clam. They also are more prolific, basically. So they're a lot like our native Littleneck, they just produce more and are kind of a little fattier, I guess. I actually prefer the native Littleneck a little more. Oh, another thing I should mention is they tend to be a little deeper, not always, but they can certainly be deeper. This one is probably about 3 to 4 inches deep, whereas you'll find Manila is basically on the surface, like an inch down sometimes. So they're a little harder to get, they don't grow as fast, but they are great. If you like kind of I don't want to call it rubbery, but if you want a clam, a leaner clam, I guess, that's why I like these. They just are more clammy for me. I'm not sure what it is, but I do prefer them.
Apparently this one's so cool that it's black because it was in there.
Yeah.
And it was so from the keywords FAS key.
I see.
Okay, well, this is the diagram. It was ended there, and apparently there's 2 of them in there, which that I did. So I just digged in there by myself. Dee.
Good job, bud. So this is the big old varnish clam. They're an invasive species, oh my gosh, that arrived on our shores, most of the literature says in the mid-90s. I've heard people claim they've been here since the 80s. At any rate, they probably came over in ballast water, not unlike the Manila. The difference is the Manila is a lot more prized than these guys. You can eat them, they're fine. Some things about them though, they do maintain marine biotoxins longer than most clams. Them and butter clams are the 2 longest. Oh, and they're awesome, I'm told. But at any rate, so this is a good reminder to always check before you go. Department of Health's website, make sure there's no marine biotoxin closures, in addition to just if the beach is open in general, season-wise. There. Alright everyone, see you next time on Washington Shellfish Quest.
See you next time, Washington Selfish Quest.